Welcome back, Blade fans. OG Blade Reviews here. Oh, that could be the old guy or original gangster or whatever you want it to be, but it does infer that I've been doing this for a while and I've been collecting for a long while. So I hope you kind of, adopt my new name and maybe begin forgetting the old one. But if you want to remember the old one, that's fine too. Why are we here today? Oh, the question of ages, right? Why am I here? Well, I'm here today, I do know that, to present to you, this was my original Microtech stitch, Ram-Lok, and this was one of the originals that is in the frag pattern G10. It is serrated, and it is in stonewash. And this, along with the tan and the OD green, you're probably pretty familiar with. I'm not sure they did this one in a carbon fiber, but could be wrong. Love the knife. And while we're talking about originals, this was my original stitch. Still not why we're here today, but this is kind of a build-up, excuse me, an introduction. When you get old, you get phlegm in your throat, you know? What are you going to do? We're all headed in that direction. I'm just out front for you guys. I'm a lead man, front man, you know? Let you know what's coming down the road. More phlegm in your throat, right? Okay, so this is a very cool auto. They've been doing this one this way for years and years in the black, the anodized aluminum, heavy-duty push button. Berenji, oh God, I know it's a Borka design, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but Berenji, I'm blowing it. Borka design, we'll just say, okay? And I'm sure somebody will tell me the designer's name. But loving this knife, all aspects of it, the way you can choke up, and you got that huge finger choil there in the front. Some of you don't like finger choils, but it's just, boy, locks you right in when you're here, for sure. See if I can catch a little better focus here for you. So when the Ram-Lok came along, this may very well be kind of a survey of Microtech stitch blades today, but when the Ram-Lok came along, I loved the concept. There was some talk early on about, particularly with the MSI, people back whacking it and the blade folding, so on and so forth. I'm not a big advocate of using a knife for anything other than what it's designed to be, which is to cut and thrust. And I don't baton with folding knives at all. If I baton with a knife at all, it's going to be one that's a fixed blade and designed to do that. It's not to say these are frail. I mean, I don't want to put any holes in my background here, but I mean, it's a solid knife. And I know they've improved the Ram-Lok a bit. I'm going to show you maybe a difference between this one and the one that's really the focus of today's show and video. So let's do that. Fold that guy up. And let's bring out the star of the show today, the Stitch Ram-Lok in Natural Clear. Natural Clear. This is a new finish they're kind of experimenting with. Hasn't been out all that long. This being May of 2024. I think it only came out this year, perhaps, maybe the last 6 months at the most. And I know E-Knives, when this knife came out in Natural Clear, did a short video on YouTube on it. So we got the same M390 MK for Microtech knives, steel. This one happens to be in the apocalyptic finish. They do make this also in other variants with the same clear handle finish. I'm told that this is basically what the knife looks like before they put any coloration, any black anodizing, or any other colors on it. This is an aluminum handle. You can only do that with aluminum. Certainly with G10, you can simply dye different colors. It's produced in different colors. I just love the look. I love that gray finish. And along with Apocalyptic, I think it looks really nice because that's a heavy stonewash. And this one happens to be semi-serrated. I think my other one is too here. Yeah, the other one is serrated. But there's a difference in finishes there on the blade. That's a stonewash finish, believe it or not. It tends to glow a little bit more than you would expect a stonewash finish to do. This one has the G10 handles. So it is G10 through and through, except for where they put the hardware. You've got liners in the front only that supports the Ram-Lok, and the rest of the knife is G10, and there is no flex. So on the G10 models, do not worry. It is a solid material. So very quickly looking at what you get when you buy any Microtech knife, you get a box with a slide-off cover. It actually comes off a little easier than they have in the past. You get a packet of info here with a band around it. Won't open that up. You don't get a microfiber cloth with Microtech, interestingly enough. You do with many of the Chinese knives. And it's in a heavyweight kind of plastic bag, and it has an inspection sticker on it right there. So I don't know who inspected it, Squiggly Bee maybe. And if you know the Microtech folks, then maybe you know the name, who owns those initials. So I'm just checking out the knife once again. Beautiful. I think in aluminum, I don't know, the whole thing kind of fits together better, particularly with the natural clear finish. Some speculation as to whether there's a clear coat over this or not. If you happen to know, let me know. Would make sense because aluminum can stain with use. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's the case because I have seen aluminum change color. So it's possible they could put a clear coat on here just to slow that down so that you don't get kind of a gnarly, nasty look over time. We've got these Ram-Loks here that are steel. We have an aluminum, possible titanium, but probably aluminum. That's a good question. It's not steel. So is it titanium? Don't know. Don't think so. Because there's no titanium bolsters on this. The clip is steel. The Ram-Lok button is steel. Obviously, the blade is steel. And when we get back here and we're on the aluminum, I do get attracted to those screws and the body screws there. So that's what my magnet is telling me. It's a comfortable knife. You know, if we're talking just about the stitch design, whether it's in the auto or whether it's in the Ram-Lok, I like it. You know, some could say the blade's not long enough. I mean, if I pull out my MSI here for a further compare, then we're going to see that the stitch isn't that much shorter. If I stack it over here, it's maybe half an inch shorter overall, with the blade just maybe not even a quarter of an inch longer. So it's very deceiving. The overall length of the MSI, because it's got a little longer handle, I think, does it? They're about the same. Could be the way the pivot mechanism is set up. I'm not sure. They're both Ram-Loks, but I am seeing that the MSI is just a wee bit longer overall. And that happened to be the injection molded MSI. I also have a frag pattern G10 handle in the MSI as well. Haven't used it much. I've been beating the heck out of the injection molded one though, and it's working really, really great. As I say, for just about all knife use for the Ram-Lok, they are fine. And the newer ones, I want to keep going back to the subject, but the newer ones seem to be not failing that back whack test. Again, not that it matters, because cutting pressure is forward, thrusting pressure is forward, and the beautiful thing about the stitch knife is that when you are choked up, it's doubtful that it's going to fold on your finger because your finger's up underneath the choil there. Back here, if the knife fails, this particular model, it's going to encounter your index finger first. So that's kind of a double safety there. Again, I've never used a knife this way. You know, maybe someone uses the swedge to chop their garlic or something. I don't know, man. But I do like the knife. I do like this new finish, which is what this video is really about. I like the way the clips are set up. Some people don't mention this again, but it's a two-stage clip, and that's the way they designed it, and that's why it was explained to me through an older Microtech video, I believe, is that you've got a contact point there. You've got sort of a contact point there, so you can ride that knife up high so that you can grab it more easily and it's still fairly secured in the pocket, or you can go almost deep carry if you shove it all the way down in your pocket. And that's why the clip has those waves in it like that. Again, as it was explained to me, I think X-Ring was the guy who explained the purpose of the clip back a few years ago. Let's do a full compare here. There is the natural clear finish with the aluminum handle. There is the Frag G10 with the bead blast finish. And here is the auto with the anodized aluminum with a little bit of texturing there that actually works quite well. And just to round it out, another one with a natural clear finish that I did a review on recently is the SOCOM Elite manual. And there's what the apocalyptic finish with the clear natural or natural clear finish looks like. Except, of course, we have the that wing walk rubberized texture material that's been inset into the handle on one side on this particular knife. Hidden liner lock on this. It's just, if you haven't handled a manual action SOCOM Elite, you should check one out. They are a beautiful, outstanding, well-balanced knife. So no measurements today because I did do a video on this guy, did do a video on this guy, and did a video on this guy so that you got an idea of all the specs. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section and give it a like if you would. Don't forget to subscribe as well. I'll be back soon. This old sword, no, this OG blade reviews, signing out. See, there you go.